Hello folks, welcome to my next LP, Quest. That's right folks, I am going to do Ogre Battle for the SNES. I actually neglected to find out exactly when this game was done, but it was obviously developed by Quest. I'm pretty sure it was done in the mid-90s. This is an army game, and you have multiple units of soldiers that you move around the map, and you fight the enemy, and you liberate towns and temples, and you get items, and you kick some major ass. Okay, 1994, by Quest and Imagineer, published by Enix. Okay, so we're going to start a new game here. And the first thing we do is we actually kind of create our character. Now this old dude here is Warren. He's a fairly powerful mage that we'll be meeting very early on in the game. Tarot cards are a very central part of the game, but I'll discuss those more in depth a little later on. Now, longtime followers of me know that I like to stick to continuum and canon names, so the canon name for this guy is Destin, and he is male. And now we're going to be asked a series of questions that will help determine our starting statistics. Most importantly, our alignment. Now, an alignment is a numerical value from 0 to 100 that determines how good or how evil you are. Lower number means evil, higher number means good. I am going to play a high alignment game, and I'm going to be going for the best ending, which basically requires me to get all the characters in the game except for a couple. Now, each of these tarot cards are the ones that we'll start out with in the game. They're one-shot ability cards that allow you to perform various things in battle, like just inflict different kinds of damage, protect your characters, make enemies retreat. Stuff like that. And now I get to pick a card from the deck. I'll just pick the first one, because it doesn't really matter. Except for the card you start out with, but it's one of the cards you start out with, but you don't really have any way to know what's under what, so... Anyways. Okay, looks like my questions and answers have given me a middle-of-the-road alignment here. Now, honestly, preferably you want to have either a good character or a bad character to start out with, because they have attacks that hit every enemy. But unfortunately, the neutral character that I have here starts out with Ianuki, which is a high damage attack, but hits only a single target. Okay, now I should tell you how to read the charts here. Your name and your character obviously are underneath at top. Level, hit points, strength, agility, intelligence. Those are all basically self-explanatory. Charisma determines how well your character leads a unit. A high charisma character will, I believe, convey bonuses to the rest of his men. Alignment I already discussed, and luck is just basically how often influences a lot of things, including how often you hit in battle, how often you'll find drops off of defeated enemy units, and so on and so forth. The cost is the amount of money that is needed to deploy the unit. Now, Dusty here, I'll be referring to him in the game as the opinion leader, because that's what the game calls him. Next level is obviously how much experience that the character needs before they go up a level. Now, the two attacks here, the first one is actually how many, the attack that the character does and how many of it that they do in the front row here, which I'm highlighting now. And the one below it is the one they do in the back. Movement is the terrain that the character moves and fights best in, and item just shows whatever item the character has equipped. Each character can equip one item. And finally, the last thing on the bottom of the chart just shows whether the character can lead a unit or not. Okay means yes, no means, well, what do you think? So anyway, not exactly what I kind of wanted to start out with, but unfortunately there doesn't seem to be really any guide for answering the questions and how they affect your alignment, so I guess I kind of messed up there a little bit. But we're just going to dive right into the first stage here. It'll show us where the boss castle is, show us where we're at, and ready to go. Okay, now, hitting the X button will bring up your menu screen here, where you can use items, edit your units that are still in your base, tarot cards that you currently have in your hand. Just select the tarot card, and it'll tell you what they do. Very handy, actually, if you're new to the game. I'll show you what each of them do when the time is right. Your income projection just shows how much money you're going to be making or losing, depending on the cities you liberate and the army units you have deployed. Remember, you have to pay everybody that you use, including those in the opinion leader's unit. And options. These are the top option here is for battle animations, sound effects, message speed. It will set the timer here to 3 because that'll show how fast, indicates how fast units move on the map. However, we're going to be abusing a lovely little thing called frame skip that just happens to be on this emulator. Those of you who followed the Beta LP will know full well what that is. Okay, I'll explain more about about the information that comes in when you hit a city here. But the only thing we really need to worry about for now is how much money it's making, how much money it will make for us per day if we liberate it, which is shown on the very bottom. So we'll just zip. We liberated Trade City Tuscania. Now those little descriptive names in the front of it don't really mean anything. Now, every town and temple we liberate, we can choose to pull a tarot card, which is automatically added to our hand. And we also have effects, permanent effects on our units, like Strength +1, which is shown here. To all the units that liberated, to all the soldiers that was in the unit that liberated the town. There we go. But the first 2 or 3 stages are basically just tutorials. Nope, we got it. Now, some towns and temples aren't always visible from the very start. You have to find them. And you can usually find them in the inconspicuous looking spots, like over here on the island up here. Looks pretty lonely. But here we find the walled city, Sutlenia. And liberation because we're such nice people. Yay! And we'll pull a card and... Not bad. Intelligence up 2 points for the entire unit. And here we recruit our first character. This is Lawrence. He was a knight of the Royal Zenobian Army, but unfortunately the king was assassinated not so long ago, and now most of the cooler characters are exiled. And he joins us. Okay, folks, that's going to have to be the end of the first video because I'm running out of time, but I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody, and have a good day.